listeners. I'm Madhuri Pednekar, your host for the broadcast conference producer at CIO News. This is a recorded session and will be available on our website cionews.co.in and on our CIO News LinkedIn handle. This is an exclusive fireside chat powered by Avaya on transformation through customer experience. Businesses are built by the experience they provide, and every day millions of those experiences are delivered by Avaya. Avaya is shaping what's next for the future of work with innovation and partnership that delivers game-changing business benefits. Let's dive in and let me introduce my guest for today. Sri Sanjeev, he's a senior technical director at National Informatics Center, which is a part of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for Government of India and is presently posted at Parliament House, New Delhi. He has initiated and implemented many e-governance projects. He was project coordinator for Himachal Pradesh e-Vidhan and was instrumental in making Himachal Pradesh Vidhan the first paperless assembly in the country. He is also awarded for National E-Governance Award in the year 2018. So it's a pleasure to have you with us today. So along with me, we also have Mr. Saurabh Lakhanpal. He's a domain specialist across Avaya's customer experience solution and also a moderator for today's session. And he's an avid customer experience advocate and has 12 years of experience in providing contact center and workforce optimization solution. Saurabh, welcome.
Thanks, Madhuri, and welcome, Mr. Sanjeev. So we'll start with the interview session today, Mr. Sanjeev.
Yes,
And
yes, you
the
can.
yeah, so first question that I have for you is, uh, who are your customers, and how are you managing the customer experience for them, and what all channels are you utilizing for that?
Uh, Thank you, sir. In fact, so for customer is concerned, entire government departments, PSUs are our customers because since I am from National Informatics Center, so in fact we do work for the government and PSUs in the government-owned agencies. And I'm very happy to see Ranveer Bhatia also. I have worked with him. He might have forgotten me. He was in Avaya. At that time, I was looking after the project of Election Commission of India. So Avaya had supplied some, what you say, important goods there. So Ranveer Bhatia ji was coordinating that one. So we are supporting entire government agencies, you may say government departments, state government. That's why I told you I have not written so many things. In fact, I was connecting with Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Himachal Pradesh, Odisha, Government of Delhi, Ministry, Election Commission of India, Finance Department. So there are so many, what you say, users, you may say that we support them.
Okay, and to support those users or the customers, different government segments that you mentioned, what all channels are you offering them? Is it are you supporting through voice, or is it through face-to-face meetings, or are there any digital channels that you are providing for your consumers?
Have our own VC system, video conference system. So we generally most go through that, like Bharat VC, and we have NSE has its own channel, and when we go through that, that is the most important link between us and the users.
Okay, and there is a tremendous growth in technology nowadays, and there are a lot of new technologies which are coming in, and cloud is one of them. So, from you being from a government department, how do you see cloud fitting in into the government departments from a technology perspective? Or if I talk about NIC, from your systems perspective, are you moved to cloud already, or planning to move to cloud from that perspective?
Slow. In fact, Saurabh, to be very frank, now the days of clouds have already come. And recently, when I was in Bihar, a few months back, I was there looking after a project, Bihar Technical Service Commission. That software itself is based on cloud. So Pariksha system is being maintained and managed by the department through cloud system itself. The NEVA that we have mentioned, that is National Nividhan application, that application is also based on cloud itself. So now days are of cloud only, and sooner or later one will have to shift to cloud. So now
Mhm.
cloud will be the supreme in days to come.
Right. And when I, talk to different leaders in the industry from the, enterprise segment as well. And there is still a concern around, security while moving to the cloud. From your perspective, how do you see, security playing a role in selecting the cloud? And apart from security, what all other factors do you feel, people should consider while they're moving to the cloud?
See, security is, of course, security is the most important features, and that we stick to the security. There are so many measures that we take during cloud implementation of the project. And second thing is that what attract clouds, that maintenance, scalability, high availability. So all these things and ease of doing business, because see, your server is somewhere else, you don't have idea, you don't have to maintain it. Someone else is there to maintain. You have to only pay, and someone else is maintaining for you. So I think ease of doing business, high availability, and high scalability, you may say. And the most important thing is that you spend what you need. Because if I purchase a server today, and if I don't need the services of that server, but I have to purchase that. But in case of cloud, you will pay only for the services what you are availing. That is the most important thing from the speed point of view, from the expenditure point of view, from the ease of doing business point of view. So these are the major things that we should go, and one will go for the cloud.
Mhm. And again, on the technology side, cloud is one. Another one which is becoming very popular is around AI. Right. So, how do you see that AI helping different government organizations improving their reach to the consumers or to the normal public? How do you see AI coming into picture?
Yes, in fact, AI is playing a very major role now. Even if you go to the election process, election and during the election, you will find that if you just type your location, then you will find your booth number and all these things. So even in the case of artificial intelligence, that is the, I think it will be very helpful in days to come. So one should go for the AI, because AI will be the tool that will help your efficiency, that will help you to get your target, that will reduce the, what you say, amount of time that you spend on providing the services to the user. So I think AI will be the very useful tool in days to come.
Mhm. And again, around technology only, what are your views around the analytics piece? Because there is a lot of data available, with specifically, if I talk about government departments, there is a lot of data available about the public, right? So, how does analytics comes into picture to provide better services to the consumers?
See, like AI data analytics has also a great role to play. In fact, it has been playing also. If you go through the various, what you say, big databases like that, suppose that DBT like situation. So then you
Mhm.
will find that initially there were so many ghosts, what you say, users who were getting the benefit from the government. But with the help of data analytics technology, we just reduced, in fact, from lakhs to some thousands. So
Mhm.
it just helped a lot to the government and the user to find out the actual user, who are the actual users. That initially, earlier, we were not able to find the exact, what you say, beneficiaries. Now, with the help of data analytics, it is helping what part, which part, who should get benefit, and what should be the focus of the government, what should be the focus of the other agencies for the benefit of the people, even in rural areas, urban areas, whatever.
Right, and being a technology guy, I'm very happy to hear that different technologies are actually helping different government departments, providing better services to the consumers. My last question to you, is around the COVID situation. If I talk about many of the enterprise customers that we talk to on regular basis, they basically started working from home and doing remote working. What about from the government department perspective? From there are different departments which were coming to the offices as well. There were departments which were kind of in the hybrid model. So for you, how does it worked out? What were the things that you had to take care while people were working from home, or has technology helped you easing that transition as well?
Right, during COVID, it was very tough, particularly for us because we were among the essential services providers. So we had to come to office every day, and though in reduced numbers, but since we were in senior grade, so we had to come office. And some, what you say, some of us also managed from the home also. So so for the first time now, the services of like broadband, uh, the importance of those technologies were felt, like VC system, like so many systems were available, and we helped. Very frank, we helped, and we don't know how much help did we provide because we didn't count it. So I am sure, because I was looking after in Bihar also the, what you say, Arogya Setu project in Bihar. So
Hmm.
that was very, to find out the contained zones and severely affected zones, and how many persons have gone through the RT-PCR test. So all these things, due to technology, we could do it in a very short span of time, and we could
Hmm.
overcome due to such technologies what we provided like Arog Setu, because Arog Setu was one of the very important tools, I think, that was very helpful for the government. So we had mixed experience working from the home, also working from the offices, also in hybrid mode, you may say, because most of the government
Hmm.
staffs were in hybrid mode itself, because due to essential services we had to come. So this was very a unique experience even for us, and
Hmm.
still we have not come out from the COVID. That's why I'm moving with the mask even today, double mask.
Yeah, even I have the mask, and because I am in a room where nobody else is there, so I have removed that. But yeah, and you rightly said, Arogya Setu was one of the best thing that happened during that time. On a personal level as well, I was regularly checking if in my vicinity there are people who are affected, and should I move out or not. So it really was helpful in that sense. With that, I have no further questions for you, Mr. Sanjeev. Thank you for you, spending to choose or sorry, choose to spend your time with us, from your busy schedule. Thank you again.